I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed.
I felt like it was a racial thing, and I felt like he was singled out.
Only on 9, claims of racial discrimination at a Chick-fil-A. A Clover police officer said that he had to pay for his meal, but that his 3 white colleagues did not.
Their claim.
Is that discrimination? No, you know what probably happened? That black dude probably had like 6 chicken sandwiches. And those white guys, they just probably got like a cup of fruit or something and some water. I'm just joking.
Yeah, but that's not discrimination.
No. They just
It's preferential treatment is what it was.
Right. They probably knew the white cops. You know?
No, maybe it
Might
is.
be family. I mean, we just jumped to conclusions. I'm not going to say it's discriminatory, but it's definitely might be preferential treatment. That might be family they gave those free meals to, you know?
Yeah.
Let's just listen to the story. Let's get all the facts before we jump to conclusions.
Clover police officer said that he had to pay for his meal, but that his 3 white colleagues did not.
Their claims did garner an apology from the owner of the Augusta restaurant where this happened. Our South Carolina reporter Tina Terry spoke to officers about their experience.
I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed, at the whole situation, because it seemed like it was a...
No, boy, you gotta pay. Give my money. What you think? What you thinking?
Who you think you are? You think you white, boy? Better get your black ass out of here. I'm just joking.
Yeah, go on, listen. Okay, here we go.
The whole situation, because it seemed like it was a racial issue to me.
Clover Police Sergeant Tracy Reed had that experience at a Chick-fil-A restaurant in Augusta, Georgia, while on a work trip a few weeks ago. He and 3 other CPD officers, all of them white, went into the restaurant for breakfast.
We all came into the restaurant together. We rode together, came in the restaurant together, all had the same uniform on, stood in line together. There was never a time that we were not together while standing in line.
They say all 3 white officers were offered a complimentary meal, which they say is often offered to law enforcement at the popular restaurant chain. But when Sergeant Reed got to the register, he had to pay.
He said he had to pay for his meal, and it infuriated me. And I told him, I said, "Do you want me to go say something?" And he was like, "No, I don't want you to cause a scene." But I could tell by the way he looked that, he just looked down at his plate and he looked really embarrassed and humiliated, which really made me mad.
Eventually, Reed wrote this letter to Chick-fil-A corporate demanding the chain retrain employees at the Augusta location and strengthen corporate-wide policies on compliance with civil rights laws. But Reed and the other officers were not satisfied with the response from the Augusta store manager.
No, when you went to the store, into Chick-fil-A, you were expected to pay for your food.
Right.
Okay, I understand that the white officers didn't have to pay and they made your black ass pay for it. I understand, but that's not discrimination.
Well, what is it?
It's just being racist. Discrimination is saying you can't eat here.
Right.
That's what discrimination is.
Great point, man.
I'm telling you.
It's not discrimination. It's just he got the same rights as the white people.
Yeah, he got to eat there and everything. They just gave the white officers preferential treatment.
Yeah. So I totally get what you're saying.
So it's racist, but it's not discrimination.
Yeah.
Because everybody, when you go to Chick-fil-A, you got to pay for your meal.
Well, I mean, however you look at it, they were wrong for making that black man pay for his food. I mean, that's got to be humiliating. You going out with 3 white stallions, right?
Yeah.
They giving that food, and you come, y'all didn't have to pay? It's like, yeah, that'd be $25.99. Would that be cash or charge?
Yeah, this is Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah.
No, I don't want you to cause a scene. But I could tell by the way he looked that, he just looked down at his plate and he looked really embarrassed and humiliated.
Yeah, you're going to be embarrassed.
Which really made me mad.
Eventually, Reed wrote this letter to Chick-fil-A corporate demanding the chain retrain employees at the Augusta location and strengthen corporate-wide policies on compliance with civil rights laws. But Reed and the other officers were not satisfied with the response from the Augusta store manager, which included 2 cards for free meals.
They said that it was perceived that we were embarrassed or that it was a racial incident, which I didn't like because I know it wasn't perceived. It actually happened.
He's not the only one to perceive it. We all perceived it that way, and it's not even perception, it's what happened. It was a racial issue.
Now, that letter from the store manager included an apology, and it also stated that the person who processed the meal was a team leader who doesn't normally work behind the register. The manager called this incident a mistake. Reporting from...
I could see if one cashier rung up the three white guys, then there's a separate cashier that rung up the black guy. And I could see
might be
that
two
happening.
different cashiers.
Yeah, that's the only thing
That's a very important detail that they left out.
There's another video on this. I wonder if they told the story better.
With an Augusta Chick-fil-A restaurant being accused of alleged discrimination from a worker toward an out-of-town police officer. Kim Vickers reports.
In August, 4 members of the Clover, South Carolina Police Department stopped at this Chick-fil-A on Robert C. Daniel Jr. Parkway for breakfast. One officer who's black says that his 3 white colleagues were given their meals for free, but he was asked to pay. Now he's speaking out.
When we arrived at the place, we went inside. It was only 4 people in line. It was myself and 3 other white sergeants. We were all sergeants. We were all dressed the same. We all got in the same line, and we all ordered the food. I was the last one to place my order.
Sergeant Tracy Reed says he and his fellow officers were on their way to Cordell, Georgia to pick up several police vehicles when they stopped in Augusta to eat. He tells me the other officers had their orders taken by the cashier who was training someone. When it was his turn, someone else stepped in.
When I came up,
Bingo, that's what happened.
To the register. When he came to the register, he took my order and I paid. I had to pay for my food. He told me, the meal, and I didn't say anything about is my food free or why I didn't get mine free, because we cannot ask for gratuities.
Sergeant Reed says he was upset and embarrassed by what he believes was blatant racism.
No, it wasn't. You just said it was another cashier and somebody was getting trained at the time.
Yeah. Like you said, the dude who rung him up, he needs some cultural bias training.
No, but you see what I'm saying? It was 2 cashiers involved.
Yeah, but that cashier should have known a lot of times, and it looks like it might be that policy. Don't cut me off. Let me finish my opinion. See, you made me forget what I was going to say. That's why I hate getting cut off.
No, but there was 2 cashiers there.
Right.
One of them was being trained.
Right.
And the one who was being trained rang the Negro up.
I remember what I was going to say. But it seems to me, and I'm just speculating, that Chick-fil-A has a policy: if a police officer come in during their lunch break and they make a purchase, they give it to them for free.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
But why did that guy who didn't give him his meal for free, he's probably new and he doesn't know. I don't think this was blatant racism.
It wasn't malicious.
Yeah. It's a training issue.
And you know what? It's always a black person. They always start something when there ain't nothing there. And then his white police officers want to support him. Get what? They made you pay for it, boy? Let me go there and fix it.
Keith's just joking. He's joking.
No, Kevin, that was an honest mistake, I think.
Yeah, it was a different cashier.